before this video ends, your heart will be different. You didn't click here by accident. God has been drawing you through every heartbreak, every unanswered question, every silent prayer. And today, He speaks directly to you, not with judgment, but with love, not with demands, but with presence. So breathe, lean in, and let your spirit hear what your soul's been waiting for. Welcome to Jesus Saves. This is not just a message. This is a moment that could change everything.
Before anything else, I want your full attention. Not just your eyes or ears, but your heart, your soul, the deepest part of you that wonders in silence when no one is watching. Because what I am about to say is meant just for you. And it is not by chance that you are hearing this now. Everything you've gone through, every sleepless night, every ache you've tried to bury has led you to this moment. You have not been abandoned. You are not wandering without direction. You are standing at the beginning of a transformation. And it begins here. I have been watching you, not with judgment, but with love so deep it surpasses what language can express. I have seen the tears you didn't show anyone, the quiet strength you carry even when your legs tremble. You have wondered, how much longer must I endure? And I have heard every unspoken word. My child, I am not distant. I am not a fleeting presence. I am the very breath within your lungs, the warmth in your chest when you feel hope rise for no apparent reason. That is me. I have been shaping you, not just your circumstances, but your spirit. The trials that you thought would break you were the hands of a master sculptor, carving away fear, chiseling out doubt, refining what was always within you, the soul of a warrior. You may not see it yet, but you are being prepared for something greater. You are not being left behind, you are being positioned for something divine. I know this world wears you down. Its noise, its expectations, its disappointments. They weigh on you like invisible chains. But I am breaking those chains even now. I am tearing down every lie that said you're not enough, every echo from the past that made you question your worth. Listen closely. You are enough. You are more than enough. Not because you have done everything perfectly, but because I have called you mine. With every sunrise, I breathe new strength into your spirit. When you open your eyes and dread meets you before your feet hit the ground, I am already beside you, whispering courage into your bones. You are not weak. You are in the process of awakening. You are rising, and there is no force on earth or in the heavens that can prevent what I have ordained for your life. I want you to stop for a moment and imagine this. You walking through your day not with fear, not with doubt, but with the steady, bold confidence of someone who knows they are backed by the Creator of all things. Can you feel that kind of assurance beginning to spark within you? That's not imagination. That's truth beginning to take root. You may have faced rejection. You may have heard no so many times that you stopped asking. But I am telling you now, ask again. Believe again. Dream again. What I have prepared for you doesn't require you to qualify yourself. I already qualified you when I chose you before you were even born. The world may measure you by what you lack, but I see only the potential I placed within you. And I am calling that potential to rise, to shine, to step into the light and embrace its purpose. Let me tell you something sacred. Nothing in your life is wasted. Not the broken relationships, not the closed doors, not the pain that lingered longer than it should have. I've collected every tear and turned them into seeds. Seeds of breakthrough, of joy, of unshakable peace. You will see them blossom. I promise you, the days ahead will not mirror the pain of the past. They will be brighter, richer, and filled with meaning you never expected. But I need you to trust me, not blindly, intimately. I want you to walk with me like someone who knows they are deeply loved, even on the days when the sky feels empty and the silence too loud. I am in that silence. I speak in stillness. I move in the places where your strength runs out and your faith begins. That's where I do my greatest work. You are not defined by what others have said about you. You are not the product of their opinions or their doubts. You are my creation, and I say you are beautiful, you are powerful, and you are destined for more. The same voice that spoke stars into existence is speaking life into you right now. Hear me. I am not done with you. I never was. When storms come, And they will. I want you to remember this moment. Remember that you are not alone in the darkness. I am the light that never goes out. When you're surrounded by fear, remember that you are wrapped in a promise that cannot be broken. I am not a man that I should lie. What I've spoken over your life will come to pass. Not one word I speak returns void. Look around you. Do not be dismayed by the delays. Do not panic at the detours. Every path I've laid before you has purpose, even the ones you didn't choose. I know how to bring beauty from ashes. I know how to restore what was stolen, to heal what was wounded, and to rebuild what looked beyond repair. Nothing is beyond my reach. I want your heart, not just your habits. I long to walk with you not just in your victories, but in your weakness, in your questions, in the messy, complicated parts of you that you're afraid to show the world. I already see them, and I still love you. Let this be the beginning of something holy. Let today mark the turning point. Not because everything changes instantly, but because you decide right now that you're not walking this road alone anymore. I am with you. I will always be with you, and I will never, ever let you go. There are moments when the world seems loud, but your soul feels hollow. You carry on with routines, responsibilities, and expectations, yet inside, a quiet ache follows your every step. I see that ache. I know what you haven't told anyone. You wonder if your prayers have grown too silent to be heard, if your hope has stretched too thin to hold. But I want you to know, your silence is not invisible to me. I am present even in your stillness, and I have never stopped listening. Every breath you've taken has brought you closer to this awakening. My voice is not far. I am right here, and I have something to tell you, something urgent, something eternal. You are not forgotten. You were never forsaken. Not once. Not when you stumbled in secret. Not when fear pulled you into isolation. Not even when you questioned whether you still had a place in my plan. You see, I don't change my mind about you. Others might turn away, grow cold, withdraw their affection. But I remain. My love is not conditional. It doesn't depend on how strong you are, how much you get right, or how often you feel worthy. I love you because I created you, and what I create I do not discard. There's a power stirring within you even now. A strength that doesn't come from effort, but from surrender. I don't ask you to perform for me. I ask you to trust me. Trust doesn't mean understanding everything. It means resting in my character, believing that I am who I say I am, even when the evidence around you seems scarce. Faith is not the absence of fear. It is the act of holding on to my promise in the face of it. You don't need to chase after approval or race to earn my favor. You already have it. I chose you before time began, and my hand has never lifted from your life. You've asked, why does it feel so hard? And I say to you now, because you were meant to walk through the fire and not be burned. You were made to endure the storm and still find your voice. You are not weak because you feel weary. You are growing stronger in the very moments that seem to stretch you to your limits. The discomfort, the resistance, the trials, they are not punishments. They are preparations. I am refining your spirit so it can carry the glory I intend to reveal through you. Yes, you heard me. Through you. This is not just about surviving life. I created you to transform it. I placed light in you not to be hidden beneath worry or shame, but to shine in places that have long forgotten how to hope. When you walk into a room, darkness should retreat. Not because of your perfection, but because of my presence within you. I have filled you with power, not worldly power that fades, but holy, eternal power that changes atmospheres, that restores the broken, that awakens dry bones to life. You ask if you're truly ready. Let me answer clearly, yes. Not because everything in your life is in order, but because I have equipped you for the calling on your life. You don't need to wait until you feel brave. You don't need to wait until others believe in you. I have already spoken the word. Now walk in it. The time to rise is not in some distant future, it is now. You have lingered long enough in the valley of self-doubt. Lift your eyes to the mountain where I dwell, and begin to ascend. You are not climbing alone. My strength is in your legs, my breath in your lungs, my vision in your mind. Your past may have held pain, betrayal, and deep disappointments, But I do not use your past to measure your future. In fact, I'm rewriting your future even now. Where others saw failure, I see foundation. Where others turned away, I leaned closer. And what I build, no one can tear down. The doors that closed were never meant to confine you. They were redirecting you. I allowed certain people to walk away because where I am leading you, they could not follow. And that's not a loss. It's preparation. You are stepping into a new era. One where your faith will not just sustain you, but elevate you. You will speak and healing will flow. You will pray and see lives transformed. Your hands will bless not just your home but generations yet to be born. I am raising you to be a vessel, not of your own agenda, but of my divine will. And where my will is, miracles follow. Do you feel that stirring now? That warmth pressing gently against your chest? That's my spirit awakening the dreams you buried beneath fear. I'm unearthing your calling, not for fame, not for glory, but for impact, for love, for the kind of transformation this world has stopped believing is possible. But you believe. Even now, something in you still hopes, still yearns for more. Don't ignore that. That is me reminding you who you are. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to blend in. The reason you felt out of place, the reason the usual paths never satisfied you, is because you were made for something higher, something sacred. I've placed within you a vision that won't let you settle, a hunger that won't let you be small. Embrace it. You were born for such a time as this. And no, you're not too late, not too far gone, not too broken. I specialize in restoration. I rebuild better than before. I breathe life into the parts of you you thought were permanently damaged. And in the areas where you've stopped believing, I will ignite faith once more. Faith that moves mountains. Faith that silences fear. Faith that awakens the dead places in your heart. So let go. Let go of the fear of failing again. Let go of the shame that clings like fog. Let go of the pressure to be perfect. Just come to me, as you are. Flawed but chosen. Afraid but beloved. I'm not asking for polish. I'm asking for presence. Let me fill the gaps. Let me hold you where you're tired. Let me carry you when you can't walk another step. And as you surrender, you will begin to see. You will feel peace where there was once panic. You will feel strength rise where anxiety tried to take root. You will sense clarity in the fog. Because where I am, confusion cannot thrive. Where I speak, chaos must bow. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are being led, step by step, into a promise far greater than you ever imagined. And this is just the beginning. I want you to pause again, truly pause, and take a breath not just for your body but for your soul. Because something within you has already begun to shift. It may feel subtle, like the first breeze before the wind stirs, but it is real. What's happening inside you is not imagination. It's awakening. It's renewal. And I want you to recognize it for what it is. My spirit breathing new life into the places you thought had grown too dry, too tired, too forgotten to ever bloom again. There is nothing about your story that escapes me. Nothing about your tears that go unnoticed. I was there the night you felt like giving up, when the silence wrapped around you so tightly you questioned whether I was listening. But I never stopped listening. Even when your prayers came out as sighs, or when you couldn't pray at all, I held every piece of your heart with tenderness. Not for a second have I abandoned you. In fact, every moment you thought you were walking alone, I was the one carrying you. You see, your circumstances do not define your calling. What others think about you has no power over what I have spoken. The shame that lingers, it has no place here. I did not come to remind you of your failures. I came to remind you of your future. I do not speak with condemnation. I speak with purpose. And your life has a purpose still unfolding. One so radiant, even the darkness you faced will one day look like a backdrop for my glory. You may be weary of beginnings because so many ended in pain. But I am not like those who walked away. I don't give up halfway through the journey. I finish what I start. You are not a discarded draft. You are a masterpiece in process. My hands are still upon you. I am still shaping, refining, drawing you into alignment with the dreams I whispered into your soul long before this world had a name for you. And yes, there have been delays. But delays are not denials. My timing is perfect, not because it always feels good, but because it always leads to good. Trust me even in the waiting, especially in the waiting. That's where your roots go deeper, where your foundation becomes unshakable. That's where your character is formed, not for survival but for spiritual strength. You will not just recover. You will rise with wisdom, depth, and power you didn't know you were capable of. Look around you. The people I've placed in your life, even those who challenged you, even those who hurt you, were not accidents. Some were mirrors. Some were sandpaper. Some were guides. But none of them were random. I used every encounter to teach you more about who you are and more about who I am. Nothing has been wasted. Even the things you wish had never happened, I am redeeming them. I'm turning ashes into gardens. I'm rebuilding the ruins of your past into pillars of testimony. This is why you must not compare your journey. What I'm doing in your life is not meant to be measured against anyone else's. Their path is theirs. Yours is sacred, designed with intention. Do not look at their harvest and despair. Instead, look at your soil and trust that I am working beneath the surface. I know how to bring fruit from a field long dormant. I know how to cause life to spring up in barren places. You may feel unnoticed, but you are seen. Not just in your highlight moments, but in your ordinary days. When you show kindness that no one applauds. When you choose honesty even when it costs you. When you extend forgiveness while your heart is still healing. I see all of it. I celebrate all of it. These are the moments that echo in eternity. These are the offerings that reach heaven like incense. You are doing better than you think. You are walking a holy road, even when it feels messy, slow, and imperfect. And I want to say this clearly: what you carry matters. Your voice matters. Your story, with all its bruises and beauty, carries weight. You don't need a stage for it to be powerful. Every time you speak life into another, every time you choose truth over convenience, every time you let love lead you, it ripples far beyond what your eyes can see. You are influencing eternity without even realizing it. So walk boldly, not because the path is easy, but because I walk it with you. I go before you, and I cover you from behind. My presence surrounds you like a shield. You are protected, not because life will never hurt, but because I will never let it destroy you. Pain may touch you, but it will not define you. Suffering may visit, but it will not consume you. You are not fragile. You are fortified by grace. And I want to show you something now, something you've struggled to believe. You are worthy of love. Yes, you. Not some future version of you. Not the version who has it all together. This version, right here, right now, is loved beyond measure. I do not love the idea of you. I love the reality of you. Your flaws, your fire, your doubts, your dreams. I see them all, and I call them beloved. Don't push my love away because you feel unworthy. My love is what makes you worthy. My love is what heals what shame broke. My love is what rebuilds the heart you thought could never be whole again. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the need to prove yourself. I never asked for performance. I asked for your heart. Give it freely. I can hold it all, the sorrow, the fear, the hope, the questions. You don't need to hide anything from me. There is nothing you can reveal that will scare me away. I am not going anywhere. I am your anchor when everything else drifts. I am your still point in a world of constant noise. I am your home, and I will never stop calling you back. Not because I want to control you, but because I want to set you free. Free from the wounds of the past. Free from the weight of expectations. Free from the fear of being forgotten. I call you not just to walk with me, but to soar with me. And your wings, though they feel weary, are not broken. They are ready. Trust me. Lift your eyes. The sky ahead is not empty. It is waiting. Let me draw you into something deeper now, not just belief but experience. You've believed that I am with you, but I want you to feel it. I want you to know it in a way that goes beyond words, beyond understanding, into the quiet certainty that steadies your soul. My presence isn't limited to the grand moments of revelation. It's in the quiet flicker of hope that refuses to go out, even after everything else has gone dark. That flicker is me. You've looked for signs, bright, unmistakable wonders. But sometimes, the most profound miracles begin in silence. A softened heart, a new breath, a moment of peace that wasn't there the day before. These are not coincidences. These are answers. These are the first steps of a breakthrough that is already underway. You won't always recognize the miracle while it's unfolding. But one day, you'll look back and say, "He was there. He was working even then." That's the kind of love I have for you. Not loud for attention, not loud for show, but steady, enduring, always near. I never grow tired of reminding you. I never withhold love as punishment. I don't stand at a distance waiting for you to fix yourself. I come close. I step into the places you think are too broken for anyone to enter. And I bring healing, not shame. I bring peace, not pressure. You've carried enough guilt. Let me carry you now. Let's talk about the fear you haven't spoken aloud. The one that whispers at night. The one that says maybe you've missed your chance. That you're too late. That too much damage has been done. That it would be easier for me to use someone else. But I tell you now, that fear is not your guide. That voice is not from me. I do not abandon what I begin. And I began something in you. The kind of beginning that doesn't end in disappointment but in destiny. I chose you knowing every chapter of your story, including the ones you would try to hide. Nothing about you surprises me, and nothing about you makes me walk away. You have not ruined what I can restore. You have not disqualified yourself from what I've destined. If I only used the perfect, this world would remain untouched. But I use the surrendered. I use those who are honest enough to say, "I'm tired, but I trust you. I'm afraid, but I'll still follow." That's where miracles begin, not in strength, but in surrender. You don't have to know the whole plan. You only need to know the next step, and I will give it to you when the time is right. I have not forgotten your questions, but I answer in ways deeper than information. I answer through transformation, through peace in confusion, through strength in weakness, through joy that doesn't make sense. That's me showing you I am who I say I am. And when you feel small, I remind you, even a seed is powerful. Even the smallest act of faith can move mountains when placed in my hands. Your steps of obedience, however quiet or unseen, are shaping eternity. Every time you choose love over bitterness, truth over convenience, prayer over worry, you are pushing darkness back. You are building something eternal. I want you to stop apologizing for your hunger for more. That ache for purpose, that longing to be part of something meaningful, that came from me. It is not selfish. It is not pride. It is the echo of the purpose I planted in your soul. You were never meant to be numb. You were never meant to just get by. You were created to live fully alive, awake to my presence, ignited by my purpose, driven not by pressure, but by love. And your love matters to me. Not just your obedience, not just your effort, your love. When you speak to me, I listen. When you praise me, even through tears, my heart moves. I am not a distant observer. I am your father, your friend, your defender and your refuge. And nothing you say to me is wasted. I collect every word, every plea, every whisper. I treasure your voice. You are not just another soul in a crowd. You are known, fully, loved, entirely. Your journey will not always make sense to others. Some may not understand your faith, your decisions, your devotion to me. That's okay. You are not here to be understood by the world. You are here to be faithful to the call I've placed inside you. That call may not look like theirs. That road may not follow their maps. But if I'm the one leading, you can be sure it will take you exactly where you were always meant to go. Keep walking, even when the path narrows, even when the road grows steep. I will place strength in your legs and fire in your spirit. There will be days you feel alone but never are. I am ahead of you, behind you, beside you. I am within you. I am the one who fights for you when you are too tired to raise your hands. I am the one who sings over you when you sleep. I am the one who weeps with you in pain and dances with you in victory. You don't need to be anyone else to receive my love. You don't need to perform or impress. I am not a prize to be earned. I am a gift to be received. And I offer myself to you completely. Not someday, not later. Now, in this moment, as you are, come rest in me. Lay down what's been heavy. Give me the burden you've carried so long you don't even notice its weight anymore. Let me replace it with peace, with clarity, with joy that flows from a place so deep, it can't be touched by what's happening around you. You are not failing. You are growing. You are not falling behind. You are being shaped. Don't give in to the voice that says you've missed it. You're right on time, on my time, and my time is always right. I know it's hard to see how all this comes together, but I do. I see the ending. I see the beauty forming beneath the surface. I see the promises taking shape behind the scenes. Keep your eyes on me. Let your faith be louder than your fear. And you'll find, even in the waiting, that you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. There's something I want you to remember, not just in moments of quiet reflection, but especially in the chaos. When the noise of the world rises like a storm, when anxiety rushes in like a flood, when your mind becomes a battlefield of what-ifs and regrets. Remember this: I am not in the chaos. I am the calm in its center. I am the peace that does not make sense, and yet refuses to be shaken. The more the world presses in, the more I want you to lean into me. Not because you're weak, but because this is how you were designed, to draw strength from me, not from your own striving. Your heart is tired, I know. You've held things together longer than anyone knows. Smiled when your soul was weary. Stayed strong for others while quietly wondering who would be strong for you. The answer is me. I am here to carry the things you've been carrying alone. I never asked you to be a hero in your own strength. I called you to be honest, to be real, to be present with me. You don't have to keep pretending that it's all fine. Bring me the real version of you, the one that cries in the dark, the one who questions in secret, the one who feels overwhelmed and underqualified. I can work with that. I delight in that. You are not a burden. You are not too much. You are not broken beyond repair. You are my beloved, and I am closer than your very breath. Stop trying to fix everything before you come to me. Come to me first. I am not impressed by polished appearances or perfect words. What moves my heart is honesty, vulnerability, a soul that says, "Here I am, Lord," even if I don't have the strength to stand. I'll kneel, I'll whisper, I'll breathe, but I'll still come. That is faith. That is beauty in its rawest, most powerful form. Let me speak into that place in you that still doubts. That corner of your soul where fear still lingers, whispering that maybe this time, you won't make it through. I silence that fear with one truth. I have never failed you. Not once. Even in the moments you thought I was silent, I was still working. Even in the seasons where the waiting stretched so long it felt like abandonment, I was arranging every detail in love. I am not late. I am not distant. I am purposeful in every delay. What I've promised is still coming. What I've spoken over your life is still alive. You are not behind. You are in the middle of something sacred. Do not despise the middle. This is where trust is built. This is where roots go deep and faith grows strong enough to carry the weight of the blessings I am preparing for you. Because yes, blessings are coming. Not the fleeting kind, not the surface level kind, but blessings that change the direction of your legacy. I am not only answering your prayers, I am shaping generations through the seeds of faith you are planting now. And while you wait, I am not just watching. I am refining, healing, teaching, realigning you with your original design. One of courage, compassion, clarity, and purpose. You are not lost. You are being remade, reclaimed, recentered in me. Even your pain has not been wasted. I am using it to draw out parts of you that would never have awakened otherwise. Empathy, strength, a deeper dependence on me that cannot be shaken by the winds of life. You don't have to worry about being perfect. You just need to be present. Present with me, present in your calling, present in the lives I've trusted you to touch. You may not see the results now, but heaven sees it all. The kind word you offered when your heart was heavy. The small act of generosity you gave when no one was looking. The prayer you whispered in the middle of the night for someone who would never know. All of it matters. All of it echoes in eternity. And that thing you think disqualifies you, that mistake, that memory, that moment you wish you could erase, I have already covered it. I am not keeping score. I'm writing redemption. You may still feel its sting, but I have already declared freedom over it. Walk forward, not because you've forgotten the past, but because you've been forgiven from it. You do not have to wear guilt like armor. Let grace be your covering. Let love be your name. Let me be the one who defines you. You are not a failure. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be to hear me now. And there is still so much ahead of you. Doors that haven't opened yet. Opportunities that haven't yet revealed themselves. Relationships that will be restored. Strength that will return. Joy that will surprise you with its intensity. And through it all, I will still be here. Constant. Faithful. Unmoved by circumstances. Unfazed by storms. Ready to walk with you into everything I've prepared. Let this moment be a turning point. Not dramatic, not loud, but true. A choice to believe again. To breathe again. To lift your eyes and say, even now, I trust you. That whisper of trust moves mountains. That single breath of surrender shifts atmospheres. You don't have to be fearless. You only need to say yes. Yes to healing. Yes to grace. Yes to becoming who I always knew you could be. And I promise what's ahead is worth it. More than you hoped. More than you prayed. More than you dared believe possible. I am the God of the impossible after all. And I am still writing your story. Turn the page with me. There is beauty in the next chapter. And you don't have to face it alone. Let me remind you of something you may have forgotten in the noise of daily life. I delight in you. Not because of what you achieve. Not because of what you accomplish. I delight in you simply because you exist. Because I created you in love, and every detail of who you are, every expression, every quirk, every question, was crafted with intention. You are not a mistake. You are not a placeholder. You are a miracle in motion. And I have been walking beside you through every moment, waiting for the day you'd pause long enough to feel my arms around you. I know how heavy it's been lately, the weight of expectations, the pressure to be strong, to always know what to do, to always give even when you feel empty. But I didn't call you to a life of exhaustion. I called you to rest. Not rest as the world defines it, but the kind of rest that revives your soul. I want you to sit with me, not to perform, not to prove, but to be, to breathe, to be held. There is healing in my presence. Not temporary relief, but the deep kind that reaches the old wounds still quietly aching beneath your smile. Let me reach those places. The ones you've kept hidden even from yourself. The shame you've buried. The anger you've suppressed. The sadness you've ignored because the world kept moving and you didn't know how to stop. But I can stop time for you. I can hold the whole world still if it means reminding you that you matter. Not just your effort, not just your service, but your heart. I miss hearing your voice in the quiet moments. You don't need to come to me with perfect words. Just come. I understand your silence too. I see the burdens you carry for others. The way you pray for them in secret. The way you carry their pain in your heart. That love does not go unseen. But I want you to know, I'm carrying you too. You don't have to carry them alone. You were never meant to be their savior. I am the savior. Your job is to love, to pray, to be faithful. Let me be the one who transforms them. Let me be the one who changes hearts. I am already working, even in the places where you see no change. Even in the lives where the darkness seems to linger. I am not finished. And in your own life, I see where you've grown tired of waiting. Where your hope has become thin and fragile, held together by quiet desperation. But my timing is not cruel. It is merciful. If I delay, it's only to prepare something better. You have no idea how many things I've spared you from, how many traps I've dismantled before you even saw them. You ask for answers, but I give protection. You pray for speed, but I give sustainability. You want the door open now, but I'm strengthening your foundation so that when you walk through it, you'll be ready to remain. I don't just want to give you blessings. I want to give you the capacity to carry them well. I don't want your success to outpace your soul. I care more about who you are becoming than what you are doing. I'm not in a rush, and I don't want you to be either. Don't measure your life by the world's standards. Measure it by your peace. Measure it by the love that overflows from you even when no one's watching. That's where my kingdom is found, in the quiet, in the slow, in the sacred hidden places. And yes, I know some people left. I know some doors closed so fast you didn't have time to catch your breath. I know you blamed yourself. You wondered what you did wrong. But not every departure is your fault. Some exits are my protection. Some endings are necessary for beginnings to take root. Let them go, not in bitterness, but in peace. I will restore what was lost. Not always in the same form, not always through the same people, but I will fill the empty spaces with something better. Something whole. Something holy. You've been so brave. Even when you didn't feel it. Even when your steps trembled, you moved forward. Even when your hands shook, you kept reaching. I saw every one of those moments. Heaven celebrated them. Even when earth remained silent. You've grown in ways you can't even see yet. But soon you will. The fruit is coming. The beauty is blooming. And you'll realize that nothing you went through was wasted. Every detour held purpose. Every season taught you something essential. And now you're closer than you think. Closer to breakthrough. Closer to joy. Closer to the kind of peace that doesn't come and go with circumstances. You've been faithful even in the valley. You've remained, even when it would have been easier to walk away. And because of that, you are being trusted with more. With deeper wisdom. With greater influence. With sacred assignments that align not with the opinions of others, but with my eternal vision. So be patient with yourself. Be kind to your process. Don't rush your becoming. This is not about perfection, it's about presence. Walk with me daily. Breathe with me. Laugh with me. Cry with me. I'm not waiting for you at the finish line. I'm walking every step beside you. And I rejoice in you, not just in who you'll become, but in who you are right now. Let your heart be light. Let your eyes look forward. Let your hands remain open. I have so much more for you. So much that will not just change your life, but ripple into the lives of others. You are a carrier of light, even on your heaviest days. You are a mirror of my love, even when you feel uncertain. And that love, my love, will never run out. Never. I want you to hear this with your spirit as much as your ears. I have not changed my mind about you. No matter what you've been through, no matter how far you feel you've drifted, no matter how disappointed you are in yourself, I haven't withdrawn my promises. I haven't retracted my love. I haven't closed the book on your story. What I have written, I will complete. What I have begun, I will finish. You may feel delayed, but you are not disqualified. Even now, I am surrounding you with the kind of grace that binds up wounds before they fully bleed. The kind that finds you in your lowest places and gently lifts your chin so your eyes can meet mine. I have never flinched at your weakness. I have never been intimidated by your doubts. My love is not startled by your questions. In fact, I welcome them. I'd rather have your honest pain than your empty praise. I'd rather you come to me angry than avoid me altogether. Because even when you run, I follow. Even when you hide, I seek. I'm not afraid of your darkness. I'm the light that breaks it. You may not believe this yet, but I need you to begin considering it. You are not only loved, you are entrusted. Entrusted with gifts that only you carry. Entrusted with influence that only you were meant to have. Entrusted with pain that I will redeem into purpose. You've endured so much, not just to survive it, but to transform through it. You are not just someone I saved. You are someone I've sent. Sent to heal, to speak, to serve, to shine. This isn't about perfection. It's about obedience. It's about availability. And you have shown me your willingness, even when your confidence wavered. The enemy has tried to convince you that you're too flawed to be used by me, that your emotions make you unstable, that your past makes you ineligible. But I tell you, what the enemy calls weakness, I call access. Your emotion, it means your heart is alive. Your past, it means you understand compassion. The places where you've bled will become the places you bless others most deeply. Don't be ashamed of your journey. It's the path that has uniquely prepared you for what's ahead. You were never meant to look like everyone else. You were meant to carry a sound, a light, a testimony that could only be shaped through real life, real struggle, and real grace. And I know you still wrestle with your reflection. You see yourself through the lens of failure, of falling short. But I see you through the lens of covenant, through the lens of the cross. You are not defined by your lowest moment. You are defined by my highest sacrifice. When I look at you, I see someone worth dying for. I see someone who chose to get back up when staying down would have been easier. I see someone who, despite heartache, silence, confusion, and fatigue, still believes, even if it's just a whisper. I see someone who hasn't let go of me, even when they didn't know what was next. And that matters to me, more than you know. Your faith, even mustard seed small, moves mountains, and it moves my heart. I am not here to reward your performance. I am here to walk with your surrender. If all you have today is a small yes, that's enough. Give me that, and I'll turn it into miracles. You don't need more strength. You need more trust. And trust grows in the waiting, in the aching, in the quiet moments when you choose to say, God, I still believe you're good, even now. Let me talk to you about joy for a moment. Not the surface kind, not the fleeting rush that comes and goes with circumstances, but the deep joy, the kind that is rooted in eternity, the kind that doesn't shake when storms arrive. I am offering that kind of joy to you, not as a reward, but as your inheritance. It's not earned, it's received, and you can have it even now, even if things aren't fixed, even if questions still linger, even if the healing hasn't arrived the way you hoped. I am still your joy. I am still your portion. You will laugh again, and it won't be forced. It will come from the deepest part of you, from the realization that you are safe, seen, chosen, and secure in me. Your future is not fragile when it's in my hands. What I hold cannot be broken, and I hold you. When your heart feels like it's cracking under pressure, remember, I carry the whole weight of it. You don't have to hold it all together. That was never your job. Your role is to stay close. Mine is to lead. Yours is to listen. Mine is to speak. Yours is to rest. Mine is to work wonders on your behalf. Do you see? You're not behind schedule. You're exactly where I need you to be to take the next step with me. So breathe. Let go of the timelines that torment you. Let go of the comparisons that cloud your joy. Let go of the need to prove your worth. You don't need to earn what I've already given freely. You are loved. You are anointed. You are enough, not someday but now. And you have permission to walk boldly, speak clearly, and love fearlessly. Not because you figured everything out, but because I go before you. Let me take it from here. Let me lift what's too heavy. Let me lead you into the next chapter. I'm not asking for certainty. I'm asking for closeness. I'm not demanding perfection. I'm inviting partnership. This isn't the end. It's not even the middle. It's a new beginning, and you're standing on sacred ground. Look up. I'm still here. I've never left, and I'm ready when you are. There's a stirring in you now, a flicker that's not from your own strength, but from mine. You've felt it building quietly beneath the surface, like a seed long planted now pushing upward toward the light. This is not your imagination. This is your spirit awakening. You're not just hearing words. You're feeling them shape you. That is me. I am not far. I am closer than the breath you just took, whispering truth into places that once only held fear. You've waited for a sign, something bold, something undeniable. But I want you to know, this is the sign, this moment, this breath, this gentle recognition that something holy is happening in you. That is the evidence of my work. I've begun a new thing in your life, and nothing can stop it. Not the doubts of others, not your past, not your insecurities. I don't build on perfection. I build on surrender. And your surrendered heart is the most fertile ground I could ask for. Listen to me. This isn't just about comfort. It's about calling. I didn't just rescue you so you could sit in safety. I saved you to send you. You've been marked not for ordinary living, but for impact. You carry light in places where others see only darkness. You speak with authority not because of who you are on your own, but because of who I am within you. Every scar, every trial, every silent prayer, they were all part of your preparation. The enemy hoped your pain would silence you, but I'm using it to strengthen your voice. And what a voice it is. You may not realize it yet, but your voice carries something sacred. When you speak life, heaven echoes. When you declare my truth, darkness trembles. When you choose kindness instead of vengeance, grace instead of fear, faith instead of despair, you're shifting the atmosphere. You are not invisible in the spiritual realm. You are seen, respected, empowered. Angels move at your intercession. Chains break under your praise. You walk not alone, but backed by all of heaven. You've thought before, who am I to be used by God? And I tell you now, you are exactly who I created for this time. Your life is not a series of accidents. It's an unfolding of destiny. I placed you where you are for a reason. Among the people you know, in the family you've been given, in the community where you live, none of it is random. You are my representative, my vessel, my light. Don't shrink back. Don't second guess what I've already affirmed. I've placed gifts in your hands. Some you've used, some you've hidden, and some you haven't discovered yet. But they're all there, and I'm calling you now to use them boldly. Not for applause, not for attention, but to reveal my goodness. You don't need a spotlight. Your obedience is your platform. Your compassion is your sermon. Your integrity is your ministry. You shine brightest when no one's watching, because that's when the reflection of my spirit is most pure. And yes, it may cost you something. Walking with me always does. Sometimes it's popularity. Sometimes it's convenience. Sometimes it's the security the world tries to offer. But what you gain is worth far more. You gain peace that isn't shaken by circumstance. You gain clarity that can't be stolen. You gain the kind of joy that fills you even when nothing around you makes sense. I never ask you to lose something without giving you something greater in return. I know what it's cost you already. The nights you couldn't sleep. The people who misunderstood your heart. The seasons you walked through with no answers and no affirmation. I saw every single one, and I honored them. Heaven recorded them. You may not have received earthly recognition, but you have eternal reward. You've stored up treasure that thieves cannot touch. And now, you're stepping into a new season. Not one without hardship, but one with harvest. Yes, the harvest is coming. Not just the one you imagined, but more. More souls reached. More hearts touched. More strength in your bones. More wisdom in your words. I am restoring your joy. I am refreshing your purpose. I am multiplying the fruit of what you've planted in faith. The tears you shed in private have watered the ground. The prayers you whispered in weakness have become pillars of strength. And soon others will eat from trees you planted in obedience. They'll be nourished by the faith you cultivated in silence. So don't be discouraged by small beginnings. Don't be ashamed of humble steps. The kingdom of heaven moves quietly at first, but it grows with force. What feels like a trickle now will become a flood. What looks like a spark will soon become a fire. Not one born of effort, but of my spirit flowing freely through a heart that finally believes it was never forgotten. You don't need to strive. You need to trust. You don't need to figure it all out. You just need to follow. I am making the crooked paths straight. I am lighting the road ahead. And even when you can't see what's next, I am already there. Don't let the unknown frighten you. Let it excite you. You're walking into territory you've never seen before. Not because you're lucky, but because you're led. I go before you. I protect behind you. I walk beside you. Always. There's still more. So much more. And I know it feels vulnerable to dream again after disappointment. But I'm asking you to do it. Risk the hope. Dare to believe. Not because it's easy, but because I'm worth trusting. I've never left you. I've never lied to you. And I'm not going to start now. The life you long for isn't a fantasy. It's a promise. One I'm committed to fulfilling. Let the weight fall off your shoulders now. You were never meant to carry it. Let joy return like a long-lost friend. Let peace fill the spaces where fear once lived. You are not who you used to be. You're not who others said you were. You are who I say you are. My chosen, my beloved, my child. And my voice will always be louder than the lies, if you let it. There's a shift happening not outside you but within. You've spent long enough in survival. Long enough just getting by, doing your best to stay afloat while the storms raged and the nights dragged on. But I didn't rescue you so you could merely recover. I'm raising you to reign, to walk with confidence, not just humility, to speak with authority, not just quiet faith. You are not just someone I saved. You are someone I've called. And with that calling comes clarity. It's time to shed the lies you've carried like familiar garments. Lies that whispered you're not ready. Lies that told you you're too late, too broken, too inconsistent. None of that is true. I have looked at your entire story, the parts you've owned and the parts you've avoided, and I still say, you are mine. I see what you don't. I see the gold beneath the dust, the strength beneath the silence, the power beneath the pain. You've waited for permission, perhaps even for validation, thinking someone would tell you when it's time to step into more. Let me say it now, you do not need their permission. I am your permission. You do not need their confirmation. I am your confirmation. Every moment you've spent faithfully pursuing me, even when no one saw it, even when you questioned your own progress, it has prepared you for what's next. And what's next is not another season of waiting in the shadows. What's next is stepping forward, even if your knees shake. What's next is trusting me more than your doubts. I'm not sending you into the unknown alone. I'm going with you. I'm not asking for perfection. I'm asking for movement. Just take the step. Don't worry about seeing the entire staircase. Don't worry about whether you're strong enough. I will strengthen you as you walk. I will open doors only I could open. I will align the right voices, the right moments, the right breakthroughs in perfect timing. But you must stop rehearsing the past. You must stop speaking to yourself like someone I haven't redeemed. You must silence the voice in your head that still echoes with the criticisms of others. They do not define you. I do. And I have called you worthy. I have called you capable. I have called you beloved, not because of your flawless behavior, but because of your surrendered heart. Yes, there will still be battles. Yes, you will still feel resistance. But now you know how to fight. Now you know where your strength comes from. And you won't fight alone. My angels are dispatched at the sound of your prayers. My spirit moves with power when your faith takes action. You are not powerless, you are empowered. Do you know what that means? It means you can walk into the room and shift the atmosphere, not by force but by presence. By walking in with peace when everyone else brings chaos. By offering kindness when anger rises. By standing firm when everyone else is swayed. This is how my kingdom comes. This is how my will is done. Through people like you who are learning to live awake, fully alive in the spirit, fully surrendered to love. And your love matters. You've thought your words don't carry weight. You've believed your impact was small. But I tell you now, your love is changing lives. Every time you choose compassion over indifference, it creates ripple effects you'll never fully see. When you forgive, it breaks spiritual chains. When you pray, it pierces the darkness. When you serve without expecting applause, heaven celebrates. Don't underestimate the power of your quiet faithfulness. It is louder in the spirit than the loudest performance. There is fruit coming from this. Fruit you've prayed for, fasted for, cried over. Fruit you planted years ago, wondering if anything would ever grow. But I am not a God of empty soil. Where I send rain, life always follows. And you, my child, are stepping into a harvest season. Not because you earned it, but because you trusted me through the drought. And now I will water what you couldn't. I will restore what you thought was lost. I will bring beauty where all you saw was delay. Even your relationships are part of this redemption. I am healing the fractures. I am removing the toxic roots. I am planting new connections, people who will honor your calling, who won't make you shrink, who will pour into you as you pour into others. You won't have to chase these people. I'll bring them, and when they come, you'll know it was me, because they will speak to the deepest parts of you, the parts that long to be seen without needing to explain yourself. I want you to live with that kind of freedom. Not just freedom from sin, but freedom from shame, from hustle, from pretending, from chasing approval. I didn't create you to perform. I created you to dwell in my presence and to reflect my nature. Bold, gentle, faithful, true. The world needs more of that, and you were born to bring it. So rise now, not in pride, but in purpose. Don't apologize for the light I've placed in you. Don't dim your voice to fit in where you were never meant to belong. You carry answers because you've spent time with me. You carry healing because you've walked through the fire and survived. You carry hope because you've seen me move when it made no sense to believe. You are not average. You are not overlooked. You are chosen. And chosen ones don't blend in, they break through. That's what I'm doing in you now. Breaking through old limitations. Shattering old mindsets. Making room for the new wine of my spirit to pour freely through your life. So make space. Clear out the fear. Let go of the false labels. And get ready to be used in ways you never imagined. This isn't the end of the message. It's only the edge of the awakening. There's still more. So much more. But for now, I want you to sit in this truth. I trust you. Not because you're flawless, but because I know your heart. And if I trust you, you can trust me. Now that your heart is open, I want to take you further, not just into comfort, but into commissioning. I've whispered healing into your pain, spoken peace over your chaos, and drawn near in your sorrow. But now I'm calling you to stand, not just to be restored, but to be released. The world needs your voice, your story, your touch, your light. You've spent enough time questioning if you're ready. Let me answer once and for all, you are. Don't look at your hands and say they're empty. They carry my fingerprints. They carry my spirit. They carry the power to heal, to build, to lift, to bless. You are my instrument. Not because you have it all figured out, but because you said yes when it mattered. That yes may have been quiet. It may have been shaky. But I heard it, and heaven responded. There's a world out there aching for hope, crying out for truth, suffocating beneath layers of distraction, addiction, performance, and fear. I am sending you not as a judge, but as a witness, not to condemn, but to love fiercely, to reveal who I am, not through lofty words, but through the way you live, the way you serve, the way you remain when others run. You were born for this. Everything you've endured has prepared you for this moment, not just to rise, but to lead. And leadership in my kingdom doesn't look like status. It looks like sacrifice. It doesn't speak in pride. It moves in compassion. You lead not by control, but by surrender. Not by showing off your strength, but by letting others see my strength through your surrender. And yes, you will feel the weight of responsibility. But I promise you this, you will never carry it alone. When you speak in my name, I will fill your mouth. When you step into new territory, I will place my fire in your footsteps. Wherever you go in obedience, my power will go before you. Do not be afraid of open doors. You've asked for them, but now that they're creaking open, your heart hesitates. I understand. It's easier to stay where it feels safe. But safe does not always mean sacred. And I'm not calling you to safety. I'm calling you to significance. Let me lead you through those doors. Even if your hands tremble on the handle, even if your voice shakes when you say yes, I will meet you on the other side. I have prepared provision, favor, and grace for every new place I send you. And yes, it will stretch you. Growth always does. But you were never meant to stay small. You were never meant to build a life around your limitations. You were created to carry my limitless spirit. You were made to host heaven. Don't let fear trick you into settling. Don't let past failures convince you that you'll only repeat them. You are not who you were. You are becoming something new, something beautiful, something powerful in my hands. The dreams that never went away, the ones that keep resurfacing in your spirit, that echo when you try to sleep, that burn even when you try to bury them. They are not fantasies. They are glimpses of the assignment I wrote for you before you took your first breath. You don't have to chase them. You only need to walk with me, and they will unfold in due time. I will align opportunities with your obedience. I will bring divine timing into the places where your timeline failed you. Trust me, I never forget what I promise. And don't be surprised when others begin to notice something different in you. They'll see the shift before you fully understand it. They'll sense the authority, the clarity, the depth in your words. Some will be drawn to it. Others may resist it. But don't shrink to make anyone comfortable. You are not becoming arrogant. You are becoming authentic. This is what it looks like when someone finally agrees with how I see them. When someone finally walks like they're chosen. When someone finally speaks as if they've heard my voice and believe it. You have heard me. That's why you've come this far. That's why you're still here. Still listening. Still reaching. Even in the dark, you followed the sound of my whisper. Even when hope grew quiet, you held on. That faith will not go unrewarded. That pursuit will not end in disappointment. You have moved my heart, and now I will move mountains for you. And not just for you, but through you. You've prayed for change. Now I'm making you an agent of change. You've prayed for healing. Now I'm making your life a well of healing for others. You've asked for breakthrough. Now I'm breaking through your old limits so you can lead others into freedom. Your pain has qualified you. Your process has refined you. And my spirit has anointed you. So step into this boldly. Speak when I give you the word. Move when I nudge your spirit. Create when I stir your imagination. Love without fear. Give without hesitation. Trust without delay. And if you feel resistance, don't panic. That means you're walking in power. Hell resists what heaven has ordained. But no opposition can override my authority. I am with you. I always have been. I always will be. And from this point forward, you will see things differently. You'll walk with a holy confidence. You'll make decisions not out of desperation, but out of discernment. You'll stop begging for what I already said is yours, and start receiving like the air I've made you to be. This is not hype. This is not emotion. This is revelation, and it's time to act on it. You've come a long way, and I want you to recognize it. Not in pride, but in gratitude. You may not have seen all the results yet, but in the unseen, your spirit has expanded. Your faith has matured. Your roots have deepened. You're no longer who you were, and that's not because life got easier. It's because you kept choosing me even when it didn't. That quiet choice, again and again, has changed everything. You've grown in places no one applauded. You've bloomed in seasons no one noticed. But I saw it all. And now I'm ready to show you what I've been building in you. Let me open your eyes, because there are things I want you to discern. Not just feel, but understand. You've been asking for direction, for clarity. And I am giving it, not through signs alone, but through wisdom. You will begin to know what's right not only because it feels good, but because it aligns with my spirit. That alignment will become unmistakable. You'll sense the difference between what's sent by me and what's sent to distract you. You'll feel it in your peace. You'll feel it in your spirit's quiet reaction. Where my presence rests, there will be stillness, even in chaos. You are no longer someone who needs to be rescued. You are someone I now send to rescue. But with that mantle comes the need for discernment. Not everyone who claps for you is meant to walk with you. Not every opportunity is divine. Not every invitation is my voice. You must learn to recognize the difference between favor and flattery, between what is good and what is God. I will help you see it. My spirit will train your heart to detect truth beneath the surface. Because what I'm building in your life now is not fragile. It's not shallow. It's not temporary. I am building for longevity, for impact, for legacy. You are not just receiving blessing, you are becoming a blessing. Your life will speak to those who haven't yet found their way back to me. Your stability will become their refuge. Your consistency will point them to my faithfulness. And your peace, even in storms, will stir their hunger to know me. And that peace, I want you to feel it even now. It's not something you earn. It's something I give freely. The kind of peace that doesn't get louder when life does. The kind that holds steady even when circumstances swirl. That peace is your inheritance. It flows not from having control, but from knowing that I do. And I do. Every detail, every decision, every unknown that keeps you up at night, I am already ahead of it. I am not surprised by anything. I am not shaken. And if I am not shaken, then you don't need to be either. You are safe with me, even in transition, even in seasons that don't make sense, even when doors close, or when people walk away, or when prayers seem unanswered. I am still holding you, still guiding you, still weaving every thread of your story into something glorious. You may not see it now, but you will. There's a moment coming when all the confusion will break and clarity will rush in like light at sunrise. And you'll say, "Now I understand. Now I see what you were doing all along." But until then, trust me in the tension. Trust me in the stillness. I have not forgotten what I promised you. I have not stopped preparing it. But even more than preparing what's coming, I'm preparing you to receive it. Because I don't want you to step into it half-hearted, half-ready, half-believing. I want you to step into it with boldness, with rest in your soul and fire in your eyes. I want you to walk in like someone who knows heaven has your back. And heaven does. You are not moving alone. I've assigned angels to your path. I've marked your journey with grace. I've placed fire in your prayers, strength in your praise, and strategy in your steps. You don't need to strive. You just need to stay aligned. Stay close to my voice. Stay tender to correction. Stay willing to let go of what I remove. That's how you'll walk in the fullness of what's ahead. And I say this in love. Stop returning to what I've already released you from. Stop trying to resuscitate what I've allowed to die. You cannot take yesterday into tomorrow. Let me prune where I must. Let me protect what you cannot see. I've never taken anything from your life that wasn't standing in the way of what I wanted to give. And what I give is always better, always deeper, always lasting. You're learning now to walk not just by sight, but by presence. Not just by logic, but by spirit. You're learning to pause before you react, to pray before you decide, to listen before you move. This is wisdom, and it will preserve you. It will position you, and it will place you in rooms that feel beyond your reach. But I will be there too. I will speak through you when you feel unqualified. I will anoint your words, your actions, your hands. I will make your life a living testimony that I am real, and that I am with you. There's no need to fear what's ahead. You were created for this, designed for this, equipped for this. And every time you forget that, I will remind you. Every time you doubt, I will reaffirm. Every time you feel alone, I will draw near. I will never grow weary of loving you, guiding you, speaking to you. My voice won't grow faint. My hand won't pull away. My promises won't expire. So breathe deep. Let your shoulders drop. Let your heart rest. You are safe. You are seen. You are chosen. And this, right now, is sacred ground. I know how hard it's been to keep believing, to keep trusting when answers feel distant, when days blur into each other without signs of change. But listen closely. Not one of your prayers has been forgotten. Not one of your tears has gone unnoticed. I have collected every one of them. You haven't been speaking into silence. You've been speaking into eternity. And eternity has been answering, even if the answers are still unfolding. I need you to stop measuring my faithfulness by what you can currently see. If you only knew how much I've shielded you from, how many battles I've fought on your behalf while you slept, how many traps I've dismantled without ever letting them touch you, you would fall to your knees in awe. You thought you were waiting on me, but often I was waiting on your heart to heal, your soul to catch up to what I already had planned. I never withheld my goodness. I was simply making sure you were ready to receive it in fullness, not fragments. And now look at you, still standing, still breathing, still fighting to believe. You may not have done everything perfectly, but you've remained. You didn't give up when it was easier to walk away. That matters to me. That resilience, that stubborn, quiet perseverance, is evidence of my spirit within you. And because of it, your future is not just secure, it's bright. It's blessed. It's overflowing with things that you thought were out of reach. But even before those blessings arrive, I want you to understand this. You are enough right now. Before the healing fully manifests, before the breakthrough comes, before the vision is fulfilled, you are enough, not because you've proven yourself, but because I've chosen you. I didn't choose you for what you could do. I chose you because of who you are, because of who I made you to be. And I delight in you, not in your performance, but in your presence. I don't need you to impress me. I just want you near. Nearness, that's what this has always been about. Not rules, not checklists, not rituals. Relationship, that's what my son came to restore. Not a system, but intimacy. And I'm inviting you into it, not as a servant, but as a child. A child with full access. A child who is safe to rest in my arms, to ask for anything, to run to me without fear of rejection. So come back, not because you wandered too far, but because I want you close. Come back to the simplicity of my love. Let it quiet the noise in your mind, the expectations you carry, the shame you haven't spoken aloud. Let my love be louder than your fear. Let it silence every voice that told you you're not enough. You are not too damaged. You are not too late. You are not a lost cause. You are the one I've been waiting to embrace again. You're not just being restored, you're being renewed. Not returned to your old strength, but transformed into something greater. Something wiser, deeper, more powerful because of the journey. That's what redemption looks like. It doesn't just erase pain, it uses it. It doesn't just forget the past, it rewrites the future. That's what I'm doing in you. I'm writing something new, something more radiant than anything you've imagined. And it begins not with striving, but with surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means giving in to my goodness. It means letting me hold the pen instead of trying to write the story yourself. I know how it ends. I know what's ahead. And I promise you, it's better than what you've lost. It's brighter than what you've feared. It's more beautiful than what you've been told you deserve. And when the days come where your confidence shakes, I will remind you again. When you feel overlooked, I will remind you that you are seen. When you feel forgotten, I will whisper your name. When you feel like fading into the background, I will call you back into the light. I will never grow tired of loving you. I will never abandon you mid-story. I am your constant, your refuge, your rest. I want you to practice this now. Breathe in my peace. Feel it enter your chest, slow and steady. That peace is not fragile. It's not a mood. It's not the result of control. It's the result of presence. My presence. I am here. I am with you. And you don't have to chase anything when you're with me. Let me walk with you. Let me work through you. Let me protect you, not just from the world, but from the war in your own mind. You are not your mistakes. You are not your disappointments. You are not your losses. You are mine, my beloved, my chosen, my creation. And I don't make anything halfway. Everything I begin, I complete, including you. So now, as you continue forward, do it with joy, not because everything's perfect, but because I am perfect. And I go with you into every room, every conversation, every decision. Let that awareness steady your steps. Let it lift your head. You are not walking into the unknown. You are walking into what I've already prepared. You were not placed here by accident. Not in this generation. Not in this place. Not in this exact moment. You have been divinely positioned for a time such as this. You are not one voice among many. You are my voice to the world around you. My light in dark places. My compassion in dry lands. My strength where weakness has lingered too long. You carry more than hope, you carry authority because you carry me. This isn't about religion. It's about restoration. I didn't raise you up so you could merely be protected. I raised you up to be a protector, a builder, pillar. You were shaped not just for comfort but for impact, for transformation. You will not simply tell others who I am. They will see it in the way you endure, in the way you serve, in the way you live with unshakable peace in a shaken world. Do not look down on your small beginnings. Every seed I plant starts small, but within it is the fullness of the forest. The same is true of you. What I've planted in you, though it may look like a whisper now, will become a roar, a voice that calls others into freedom, a presence that breaks cycles, a heart that ignites the cold and quiet places in others with warmth and power. You are a carrier of legacy, and legacy is never built in one moment. is built in faithfulness, day by day, step by step, yes after yes. You don't need to rush. Destiny doesn't panic. It knows it's secure. And so do you. Walk forward with patience, with poise, with the quiet fire of someone who knows who they are and whose they are. You don't have to prove anything. You only need to remain rooted in me. I will cause the growth. I will command the increase. I will make you fruitful, not only for your sake, but for those you'll never even meet. That's how far your obedience will echo. Your children, if not yet born, still seen. Your family, if not yet healed, still chosen. Your name, if not yet honored, still written in my book. What you walk in today will open doors for generations tomorrow. You are breaking things that ran through your bloodline. You are silencing lies that were passed down as truth. You are turning what once was a legacy of survival into a testimony of victory. I see every step you've taken to change what they said could never be changed, and I am blessing it. Don't let weariness make you forget how far we've come. Don't let delay make you doubt that I'm still working. The roots go deep before the fruit ever shows. You're not barren, you're being fortified. You're not behind, you're becoming strong enough to carry what's coming. Because what's coming won't be light. It will be glorious. It will be heavy with my presence. It will require strength, clarity, peace, and a heart that doesn't waver when praised or criticized. That's the kind of heart I'm growing in you. And yes, there will be more storms, but you won't be shaken, not like before, because now you know how to anchor. You know how to worship through the wind. You know how to speak peace into the waves. You've learned to lift your eyes not just to escape, but to engage. You're no longer waiting to be rescued. You're ready to lead others out. And I've placed you exactly where you are because someone needs your flame to light their path. This world is hungry, thirsty, wandering, and you carry water. You carry bread. You carry the very presence of the living God. Don't diminish what I've entrusted to you. Don't second-guess what I've already confirmed. You don't need more signs. You need more faith. And I will give it. I will strengthen your hands. I will anoint your words. I will go before you in every assignment, every door, every room you walk into with my name in your heart. But before you run out to do the work, come sit with me again. Let me fill you. Let me remind you that I don't just want to work through you. I want to be with you. I'm not interested in what you can do for me if it means we stop walking together. The most powerful people in my kingdom are not the ones who move the most, but the ones who listen the deepest. And you've been learning how to listen. That is why you're about to be trusted with more. You will speak and people will hear me. You will touch and healing will flow. Not because of you, but because I will be flowing through you. You will walk through cities, families, communities, and leave behind ripples of my spirit. You will not always understand the impact of your presence, but I do. That's why I'm asking you to keep showing up. Keep believing, keep praying, keep loving. Your obedience is writing a story you'll only fully understand when you see it from eternity. And when the doubts come again, and they will, I will still be here. When your knees shake and your voice breaks and your heart wonders if you're really chosen, I will still be whispering the same truth into your soul. You are mine, and I am with you. You've heard my voice in the quiet. You've felt my hand in the stillness. You've trusted me in the dark. And now, I am placing something deeper in your spirit. A boldness that isn't loud, but immovable. This isn't the kind of boldness the world offers, forged in pride and performance. This is a holy boldness. Comes from knowing you're not standing alone. From realizing you carry the presence of the Most High wherever you go. It is time now to walk in that reality. You are no longer someone waiting for change. You are someone I'm using to bring change. The battles you faced weren't for nothing. They gave you insight, discernment, compassion, authority. Every scar became a door. Every wound became a well. You have tasted pain, and now you can offer healing. You've walked through silence, so now your voice carries weight. You've wrestled in prayer, and now your hands carry fire. I am not sending you empty. I am sending you full. And I want you to know, you don't have to wait until you feel ready. I wouldn't call you forward if I hadn't already made you ready. I'm not asking you to be fearless. I'm asking you to believe me when I say I'm with you. If you step out, I'll meet you there. If you speak, I'll give you the words. If you trust me, I will open what no one else can open. The way forward is not blocked. It's blessed. It's been cleared by angels. It's been anointed with grace. I've gone ahead of you, and I've placed favor in the places you feared rejection. There is no room you will enter without my presence going before you. There is no conversation you will have where my spirit cannot speak through you. You are not walking into the unknown. You are walking into prepared places, into divine appointments. I've written it all, and now you're reading it with your life. Keep turning the page. Keep walking the path. You were made for this. And when the voices rise again, because they will, those voices that try to remind you of your past, of your limits, of your mistakes, you will remember who silences storms. You will remember who split the sea, who crushed the grave, who stood beside lions and walked through fire. That same God is inside of you. That same power is pulsing through your spirit. You are not weak. You are not second best. You are not uncertain anymore. You are chosen, appointed, and rising. Even your surroundings are shifting. Even the atmosphere around your home, your family, your thoughts. It's all coming into alignment. You've welcomed me in, and I never come quietly. I come to cleanse, to protect, to fill. You may feel the shaking, but don't be afraid. I'm not tearing things down to punish. I'm removing what can no longer stay, what no longer serves the future I've designed for you. Let me do the removing. You do the remaining. Stay with me, even as I stretch you. Trust me, even when you don't understand what I'm building. I don't just want you to see my works. I want you to host my glory. That means I'll take you deeper. I'll call you higher. I'll train your spirit to recognize what is holy and what is counterfeit. You won't be led by emotions anymore. You'll be led by presence. You won't be ruled by fear. You'll be ruled by peace. Your mind will no longer chase outcomes. It will rest in my will. Because I'm not just giving you strength for the moment. I'm preparing you for movement. Movement into destiny. Movement into rooms where your voice will carry influence. Movement into spaces where your obedience will unlock miracles. Movement into circles that aren't about status but surrender. You are entering an era where even your silence will carry weight. Where even your stillness will be warfare. You are becoming dangerous to darkness. And you don't even need to fight to be feared, because light, simply by being, drives out shadows. So breathe now, not because the journey is over, but because a new chapter is beginning. Breathe like someone who knows they're not just surviving, they're being sent. Breathe like someone who has heard their name called by heaven and said yes. Breathe like someone who finally believes. This is real. I am chosen. I am seen. I am ready. And you are. Ready not because of what you've earned, but because of who you've encountered. My presence has marked you, and wherever you go, I will be there. Everything you've heard up to now, every whisper of hope, every word of comfort, every call to rise. It was never meant to end here. This is not the conclusion of your journey. This is the unlocking, the unleashing, the sacred moment where belief becomes embodiment, where you stop simply listening and start living. Where everything I've spoken becomes the foundation you walk on, the air you breathe, the fire in your bones. You've been rebuilt not just to stand, but to run, to move with clarity, with freedom, with a boldness that's not reckless, but reverent. You are not a spectator in the story of faith. You are my vessel, my voice, my reflection in the world. I've spent time in the secret place with you not to hide you, but to prepare you. You are being revealed. Not exposed to be shamed, but revealed to be seen. For who you truly are. For who I made you to be. And that person, the one you're becoming, is more powerful than you realize. Because you're not walking in your own strength. You are walking under the shadow of my wings. Covered by my mercy. Surrounded by my angels. Guided by my spirit. Backed by my promises. And no force in hell can stand against what I've established in you. You were never meant to carry the weight of the world. Only the light of heaven. That's what you'll bring into rooms now. Into relationships. Into decisions. Into every future moment that has yet to arrive. The way you speak will shift atmospheres. The way you love will disarm defenses. The way you pray will move heaven into motion. Because I trust you. I trust what I've placed in you. You are no longer who you were. You are now a carrier of my glory. And glory doesn't always shout. Sometimes it simply remains. Remains when others walk away. Remains when fear rises. Remains when the way is unclear. You have learned how to remain. And that is what qualifies you more than anything else. Not your talent, not your knowledge, but your ability to stay close when things get hard. You have not let go. And I have not let go of you. So go now. Not with haste, but with holy intention. Live your days aware of the sacred, aware of the beauty, aware of my presence in every detail. Look for me in the ordinary because I will be there. I will be in the smile of the stranger, the silence of the morning, the wind that brushes your cheek when no one else is around. I am in the stillness and I am in the movement. I am in you, and when doubt tries to creep back in, speak what I've spoken. Declare what I've deposited. You have truth now, truth that isn't shaken by circumstance. You are equipped now not just with tools but with trust. And you are free now not only from your past, but into your purpose. The words you've heard were never just meant to inspire. They were meant to awaken, to ignite, to propel. And now the time of waiting is over. The time of wondering, of asking if you're ready, of playing small to make others comfortable, that time is done. The seed has broken open. The roots have taken hold. The stem has risen. The bloom is coming. You are the bloom. You are the miracle someone else has been praying for. The answer someone else has been waiting on. You are the touch of heaven in a broken world. Not because you have it all together, but because I hold you together. Your obedience is enough. Your presence is powerful. Your love is limitless because it flows from me. And so, I send you, not away from me, but with me, into your work, into your home, into every ordinary moment where the extraordinary is waiting to be revealed. Carry my presence like breath. Carry my peace like armor. Carry my love like wildfire. And when the time comes, speak. When the moment opens, move. When you don't know what to do, be still, and know I am God. This is your time. This is your hour. This is your season. Not because of anything the world decided, but because I said so. And when I speak, it is done. You are not waiting anymore. You are walking in it. Now go loved, anointed, chosen, free. And never forget, I am always with you, now and forever.
You've heard his voice. You felt his love. And now, you carry it. This isn't the end of a video. This is the beginning of a new chapter. Walk boldly. Love deeply. Trust completely. God is with you, always. If this message stirred something in your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Speak it. Live it. Subscribe to Jesus Saves for more messages that remind you. You are chosen. You are called. You are never alone. God bless you, and remember, Jesus saves. Always.